You're listening to Lord Friendly. I'm your host, Chris Takahashi, and with me is a woman who will never grab you by the pussy, but forever has the world by the balls. It's Alice Bell.
That was absolutely beautiful. I am so pissed off that you got in there with that hugely relevant political joke before I did. I am so pissed off.
Why? What were you going to say?
I was going to say, let's grab this podcast by the pussy.
Oh, okay. I think mine's
well, yeah, but it's the thought that counts. It shows that we're on the same wavelength,
yes.
So...
Yes.
Why would you don't grab vaginas? We're sensitive. You don't just, like...
It's just a strange move to make.
It's like...
Even if the woman you were talking to was, like, had consented to having sex, like, grabbing by the pussy would just be a strange move.
Yeah, because, like, there's nothing remotely enjoyable about grabbing someone by the pussy.
No, it's just... Why would he think at that age that would be something? I mean, that's something like a 19-year-old boy would have figured out by then.
I feel like a 12-year-old boy would have figured out how...
Yeah, even if he was, like, completely porn educated, he would figure out that grabbing by the pussy isn't going to make anyone happy.
It's not going to make anyone want to jump into bed with you.
But yeah, did you watch the debate at all?
No, I've not been watching the debates. I've been reading summaries because the debates happen at like 3 o'clock my time. And because I'm back at university now, I just have to like read summaries because like...
Besides, it's not exactly something that's relevant.
It's hugely relevant, but it's less relevant now because I only used to pay attention to the election because we could laugh at America. But... seeing how much Britain has fucked up recently, we can't even laugh at you. We just have to, like, mutually agree that we're fucked.
Yeah, I'm just in it for the memes at this point.
Just in it for the jokes.
Yeah. I was so excited when Ken Bone came around. Oh, man. Like,
You can bone.
him and his sweater.
You can bone too.
Are gonna be the Halloween costume of the year. I think pretty much everyone is going to. I mean, it was Harambe for a while. Is going to be the most popular costume, but now it's for sure Ken Bone.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think you should go as Ken Bone.
I've already ordered my Halloween costume.
What is it?
Harley Quinn.
That's
but
right.
not sexy Suicide Squad Harley Quinn. Like
yes. The animated
comic
series
book Harley Quinn.
Right?
Yeah. But I couldn't afford like the full jumpsuit, so I bought a Harley Quinn dress. And I'm gonna wear fishnets.
Is it more hipster to go old school Harley Quinn, or is it more hipster to be like the modern?
So much more hipster. So much more hipster to go old school Harley Quinn. I can be like a really pretentious comic book geek and be like, oh my god, these are not the real Harley. Yeah. Like, they are, like, Margot Robbie is not Harley Quinn. I just cannot deal with the amount of fakers and poses here. Like, oh my god.
Right. The animated series Harley Quinn doesn't... it doesn't really translate all. It's like pajamas, isn't it? More or less. It doesn't translate to real world clothes.
It's skin tight. Have you never seen, like, a catsuit?
Apparently not.
It's basically a catsuit. And I've seen some, like, amazing comic book costumes of them, but it wouldn't be ideal for going clubbing in.
Right.
Because a lot of the, like, basic costumes are made of fleece. Or, like, a fleecy type material.
Was it just really hot, or what?
It would be super hot. Like... I get sweaty going out in like a t-shirt and shorts. Do not make me wear a full bodysuit.
No one's
will
making
cry.
you. It's your choice. It's not my fault that you're a pretentious hipster.
I'm not going as pretentious hipster Harley Quinn though. I'm going as a modern variation of Harley Quinn where I can go clubbing and still be comfortable.
Ah, okay.
I'm wearing a dress.
Ah. Yay.
And some fishnets.
Yay, dress.
And some normal tights. And I've got it all planned out. It's going to be great. I'm so excited. I'm going to share it with everyone. If you donate to me on Patreon, $2, you can get exclusive photos of my Halloween costume. No, don't. I put them up on Instagram for free anyway, so
you have an
give
Instagram?
me more followers. Yeah.
I need to follow your Instagram. I don't even know how I do that. Do I need to have an Instagram account to follow your Instagram?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
I'm not gonna lie though. Recently, it's like for the past couple of weeks, it's just been photos of my nails. Because I'm a basic white bitch.
Yeah.
I am like, honest. Like the only thing about me that isn't about my Instagram that isn't stereotypical white girl is the fact that I don't post my Starbucks drinks on there.
You should start doing that. Make it ironic.
No. That is a line that I refuse to cross.
Complete your destiny, more or less.
No. Don't make me become a basic white bitch. No.
So, been watching any new TV shows lately? Huh?
Why, yes, I have. What an interesting segue. Would you believe that I have been watching Westworld?
I wouldn't believe that, except for the fact that it's something we plan to watch. So we could talk about it on the show.
We watched together.
Yes.
That was actually quite fun. I love being able to like live respond to things.
Yes.
It was quite fun because Kris watched the first episode a fair bit of time before me, so it with
it was more
Discord,
fun the second time around because I was able to make witty banter online. The first time I was like, yeah.
My favorite character is Prostobot.
She is awesome. Thandie Newton is awesome.
Yeah, we should probably like give an overview of what the show is. So, Westworld is HBO's new flagship program, focusing on sci-fi. It's basically, I feel like it's been advertised and portrayed to be Game of Thrones, but sci-fi instead of. I mean, it's called Westworld, and it's set, and Game of Thrones is set in Westeros.
What an accurate description you gave. Here's my version. So Westworld, the original movie, was a 1970s sci-fi movie, and it was written by Michael Crichton, who also wrote Jurassic Park.
Oh, cool.
So the way I would frame it is that it's Jurassic Park with robots instead of dinosaurs. How's that?
With sexy robots.
Yes, very sexy robots. You have not seen the movie, is that correct?
No, I have not.
Neither have I, so our opinions are kind of based on not having seen
the TV show purely and not knowing anything about this world that we've like been forced into.
So what are your opinions on it?
I'm like, it's not the best show that I've ever watched, but as in terms of things that are coming out right now, like stuff that I've watched in the last year or something, it's definitely something that I'm enjoying.
Yeah, there's parts of it that feel really 70s retro sci-fi, like robots rising against, their masters and stuff like that. It seems like something like a really common trope that you get in these old.
But it's been about since like the 50s.
Right, like these old
kind of
Philip
trope.
K. Dick stories or Isaac Asimov stories where you get the robots rebelling against their creators. And what happens a lot of times in this trope is that there's like zero emotional intelligence from the people who are making the robots. Like they all treat them as things. They basically refer to them as it, and you can kind of see it coming from like a mile away. That's kind of things that are sort of somewhat disappointing because they don't really equate to what we're experiencing now in real life, where a lot of people kind of get attached to characters. Because I mean, we're living in an age where we have these things for real, like MMORPGs and stuff like that, and open world games where we interact with characters and we become attached to them. We don't just like start shooting people for no reason. Although granted, there are people who do that.
I do.
But
sometimes.
But the creators
depends on the game.
Yeah, but the creators do show some emotional intelligence and care for their creations. They're not just like.
Well, some of them do, some of them don't, which I think is a bit more human than like everybody is completely oblivious to what is going on here. Like there are some very sympathetic human figures, then there's some antagonistic ones. Like it's got the actor from Hunger Games in it.
Right, it's a bit different.
That's not really narrowing it down.
When there's like, if we're talking about the real world, like if everyone has their own game. Like if someone's in their game, they're torturing Marcy Long or torturing Nazim, you know, that's their game, that's fine. But if I was in the same world as that person and we were playing the game together, I mean,
I would be like, this is messed up.
yeah, exactly. I would be like,
guys.
come on, put in some rules, you know, to make this more enjoyable for
Yeah.
everyone. And so, but
Yeah, there are no like limits to what the people can do whilst in this game.
yeah.
So like in the first 10 minutes, you know it's a HBO show because someone gets raped.
It seems like that there's like everyone's playing their own game, but that's not what's really happening. They're all in this sort of game together, and whenever that happens, there has to be some sort of, I don't know, there has to be some kind of moral code or guidelines so that
Yeah.
everyone can enjoy it. Although I'm not sure, in the defense of the show, I'm not sure if Ed Harris's character is just bound by a different set of rules. Maybe there are guidelines, maybe there is like no rape.
Well, they did say that he can get away with anything that he wants.
So maybe there is guidelines like
briefly.
no murder, no hurting kids, stuff like that you would see in a typical Bethesda game or whatever. But
But he just doesn't give a
yeah,
shit.
this guy just don't give a fuck.
Got God mode on.
Like you're saying on when we were chatting, he's a total noob. He's playing on God mode. He's using cheats. He's just trying to get that 100% completion rate. He doesn't. He's just trying to get all the achievements. He's not even playing the game normally.
He's just cheating his way to the top.
Yeah, it does make him a little more, I'm not going to say sympathetic. He's obviously not sympathetic, but it does make it a little bit more understandable where he's coming from. Maybe he started the game playing normally, being a nice guy. And now he's just like at that point, 30 years.
Bored of it.
Yeah, he's bored of it. He's just trying to find new stuff, trying to find Easter eggs. And that makes it, I don't know, his story make a little more sense because at the beginning it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Why aren't they putting him in jail? He's like a fucking sociopath. But yeah.
But it doesn't matter because they're robots.
Yeah, exactly. Again.
Because robots don't have rights, even though, like, they've put all the time and effort into obviously making them sexable.
Yeah, that's the other thing. They're trying to make them human, but at the same time denying them all the basic human rights and freedoms.
Yeah.
It's like it's a 70s thing. It's obviously like they're gonna rebel when you do that. So it's like, you know,
There's going to be some mad rebellion,
Yeah.
yeah.
just like the dinosaurs
But
did in
yes.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah. do, 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 do. I thought you were going to join in with me.
I don't know the song. I
What?
no idea what you're talking about. I'm completely lost. You might as well be singing a Michael Jackson song.
Do, 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 do. Beat it. Beat it. I don't know. How do you not know the Jurassic Park theme? Jurassic
I
Park.
haven't watched that movie since it came out, like in 1993. I'm not talking about the new one. I haven't seen the new one either. But
I haven't seen the new one either.
I have. When I was a kid, I did read like a bunch of his books, Michael Crichton books, when I didn't know what a good book was. But he is a prolific writer. I want to make a joke that he's just making stories about theme parks and, you know, different kinds of things that rebel.
Different backdrops.
Yeah. That all his books are about theme parks, but they're not. He does have kind of like a long list of books, like not exactly Stephen King like, but not unlike Stephen King. I don't know.
Yeah. He's a prolific writer.
He's kind of like the U2 of book writing. That's not a backhanded compliment at all. Nope. But no, yeah, he's a prolific and very successful and good writer.
He's like good at creating decent concepts
Yeah.
for a story because Jurassic Park is one of the hugest classic movie franchises of the last 20 odd years. 30 odd years? Oh god, it's almost been 30 years since
We're
the
just
90s.
old. Well, I'm old.
No. Existential crisis time. What?
So,
But Westworld looks like it's going to be intriguing, so that may be another point in his favour for being able to create a decent kind of setting and an interesting concept, because it does look very interesting.
is there any part of you that wants to watch the movie, or you're just kind of like, no, I'll just watch the TV show?
I'm kind of intrigued. Whether I get the time is another thing entirely, because I've just had to watch Orson Welles' Othello. He does blackface in it.
Oh God, what?
He didn't want to get another actor in to play Othello, so he put blackface on
wonderful.
himself.
That is kind of relevant to how Hollywood is today, though. Still, like you have all these movies where like I don't know what the term is.
Ghost in the
Yeah,
Shell?
well, that's like that's
Whitewashing.
whitewashing. There's also the kind of movie that's set in a certain place, like Matt Damon's Great Wall movie, where it's the white man here to save us again. You know, like that movie.
Or Death Note.
Last Samurai.
Have you seen they're doing another? Yeah, have you seen they're doing another adaptation of Death Note
God.
with an all-white American cast?
Yeah, Hollywood is just weird like that. I don't really get it. It's like it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy where you think that unless a movie has a recognizable star that nobody's going to see it, and at the same time you're recycling the same 10, 12 actors. I mean, it might not even be a white thing. It might just be like the same actor kind of thing, and all those actors just happen to be white.
And it's like this really, really vicious cycle of like, oh, well, we can't get any more new actors in because they're not well known. So we're stuck with this limited pool of actors and
Yeah, it's the most immersion breaking thing to see the same faces, same 10, 12 faces. I mean, I just don't get it. You look at a movie like Star Wars, like you get new actors, you get, fresh faces, and what ends up happening.
It's one of the highest grossest movies of all time.
And granted, it's a lot easier to do that with Star Wars because it's such a big franchise and there's no risk. But it just goes to show that the most important thing is the quality of the movie. And what ends up happening is not only do you have faces who are the character as opposed to a celebrity, and you also have more recognizable celebrities to choose from. If you're so worried about having a dearth of bankable stars, just make bankable stars by casting new actors in good movies.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need Matt Damon in every movie. Okay? You don't need him. Especially because all these movies that have been whitewashed are terrible.
You ruined it. One star.
Like, I don't know why they keep doing it. There's also the problem that every movie that Matt Damon has been in, I don't know the character's name. I just know he's Matt Damon. And the only exception to that is Good Will Hunting, because it was the first movie he was in, and I saw him as Will Hunting and not Matt Damon.
I do find, but there are some actors who manage to break out of that despite being super well known. Like, I think Leonardo DiCaprio is probably the most obvious.
He's the same to me. I see Leonardo DiCaprio. I would say Gary Oldman, Daniel Day-Lewis. Who else?
Yeah, Gary Oldman is a comedian.
Yeah, and Daniel Day-Lewis, like, I don't even know what he looks like, to be honest. Like, actors like that, as long as they could sort of, get into the role and I don't see them as the actor, it's a big difference. Those guys can keep getting new work. Everybody else, one and done.
No, Leonardo DiCaprio's come pretty far from his days as playing Romeo. In Romeo and You.
Yeah, so on a scale of Game of Thrones characters, what would you give Westworld?
I'd give it a Roz. Because prostitutes. I love me
They both have
amiable
prostitutes, that's true. I'm not sure
I love
what
me
else they have
a
in
nice,
common.
happy prostitute with a bit of sass. They have sassy prostitutes.
Who is the person that sends Daenerys to that strange world? Where she sees, like,
Pyat Pri?
Is that the name of the sorcerer or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pyat
that's
Pri.
who I'm giving it.
Because it's intriguing.
Well, because they're living in this dream world, more or less.
Well,
and then
yeah,
she goes
that
to
as
this
well.
dream world and sees the prophecy of, like, she sees Rhaegar and his wife, right? In some weird temple.
Yeah. In the House of the Undying.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, we are, don't worry.
That is my
I'm
answer.
on your wavelength, mate. I'm on your
Okay,
wavelength.
That is my answer.
Fair enough. It's a bit more of an intellectual answer than prostitute.
But I like your answer better because HBO is a show that links its shows together through their
prostitutes and boobs.
Yes. And penises.
You know,
I
did really like about
too.
They had so many penises. I don't think there's been that many penises in like 6 seasons of Game of Thrones.
The only thing
I was very happy with the amount of penises.
Yeah, the only difference is they were a bit floppy. There were no like full-on hard-ons or anything like that.
No, which was a bit disappointing. Yeah. What? When I watch cable TV, I want my porn, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Is that something that's illegal? Like, you can show a floppy penis, but you can't show a hard-on? Is that, like, the thing?
How could... I don't know. I don't think it should be.
Yeah, but the FCC is weird like
that.
Like,
if it's being put on... If it's being put on after Watershed...
Yeah, I mean, if you see a floppy penis, you should be able to see a hard penis, too. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just one of them standing up to attention.
Yeah, exactly. It might be a little bit more difficult to capture that on camera. Not every man...
Equal penises!
Not every man has that talent, you know, where they could just stand at attention.
On cue.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit weird when you have like 40 people, 40 of your closest friends or whatever, like people you work with,
colleagues
colleagues
and strangers,
and just staring at you and your floppy penis, telling you to get hard.
That's why porn is a very underrated profession.
It is. It's very important to have men who can perform
under pressure.
Under pressure.
Pressure.
Anyways, in non-penis news, do you want to talk about the clowns? There's been a bunch of clown news.
Oh,
a sentence I never thought I'd utter ever, but here we are.
Right, basically, people are going around dressed up as clowns because people are dicks. And I'm terrified because I recently moved into a new house, and I'm on the bottom floor, and I have a window that faces out into the street, and I live in a very student-heavy area, which is prime hunting ground for these clowns. So I am constantly shitting myself about the prospect of a clown coming up to my window.
Yeah, clowns are terrifying. I think at least with some of the other trends that have happened in the last couple of years, there was like a point to it, like the Ice Bucket Challenge.
They contribute towards something. Like, Ice Bucket Challenge was for ALS, and then there was that no makeup selfie thing that raised £1 million for cancer research or something, and then you have clowns that are raising awareness of that Stephen King adaptation that's coming out. I know.
Yeah, I think these clowns need to start, donating to a charity before I can get on board with them traumatizing people. They need to at least pretend it's for a good cause. It's like, I just made your child shit themselves, but in exchange for that, I just donated $10 to helping children in need, so there.
It's for charity. So, don't call the police on me.
Yeah.
Don't beat me up. I fucking hate clowns. I am genuinely terrified of the thought of a clown coming up to my window, waving a Halloween knife or a Halloween axe or something about.
Yeah.
And please just... no.
Yes. Please
Like,
stop.
I had to walk through town last night about 10 o'clock. It's quite late. Streets were quite empty. And because of all this clown thing, I was, like, pretty much running to the bus.
So even when there were no clowns, you were running as if they were there.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. I mean, they could just pop out of nowhere. I mean,
exactly.
You see how they get in their cars?
So I want to get my running shoes on, yeah.
You see how many of them can fit into a small space? Like, they're like 12 of them can fit into a tiny clown car. They could just pop out of nowhere.
They can just fold out from behind a lamppost and be like, hello. It's like, no, go away, please.
I think that we should round up all these clowns and put them on Elon Musk's spaceship to Mars.
Nice transition. So what is this spaceship to Mars that we are putting the clowns on, Chris?
Well...
You're Googling it. I can hear you clacking.
Shut up. Well,
We do prepare for these podcasts.
apparently, they're gonna try and build a human colony on Mars. Well, SpaceX is Elon Musk's company. They're gonna try and build a colony on Mars. I'm not sure the date though. It's like 2030. I'm not somewhere in the next 20, 30 years.
That's fairly optimistic. That's really optimistic. That's not gonna happen.
I might be getting the years wrong, but supposedly it'd be like a 2-year journey there and then a 2-year journey back if they wanted to go. No, they probably don't want to go back. They're probably going to die there.
Probably going to get abducted by clowns.
Yeah, but the point is to send them there and try and build a colony, a sustainable colony to live and gradually grow the population. So I guess my question to you, Alice, is what will it take for you to get on this ship to Mars?
Are you trying to get rid of me?
No, of course not. I just want
Right, what you do is you have a clown chase me up the spaceship. You have a clown chase me all the way and I will go to fucking Mars.
Is there any other scenario you would see yourself living there? Does the promise of exploration and being one of the first people on this new planet does that not excite you in some sense?
I don't think I have
pioneer?
any transferable skills to be a space explorer. I haven't done science in about 4 years. I have bad eyesight.
I think the
No,
main...
like 6 years.
I don't think
have bad
that's
eyesight.
really relevant. I think in space your eyesight is gonna deteriorate anyway. Like there was some
Great.
astronaut who was
I'll
up
come
there.
back blind.
Yeah, there was an astronaut who had 20/20 vision. Spent a year in space, came back, had 2100 vision because like being in space kind of shrunk his eyeballs. So.
Oh my god, that sounds horrible. No.
The primary skill, I think, the primary thing they would be looking for is people who can survive like lots and lots of radiation.
Have you forgotten Oregon Trail?
I think your main skill...
I died from snake bites. I am not going to survive radiation.
No, snake bites and radiation are a different thing, though. I mean, if you can survive lots and lots of radiation or whatever kind of radiation comes from being out in space without protection, without atmospheric protection, that's the main skill that you would need to have. That and making babies. Can you make babies?
So, well, I'm not going to lie. I've never really tried to make a baby.
Okay.
Like, I've never thought, oh, you know what I want to do? I want to pop out a baby sometime. Like, that's never been really high on my agenda. I'm sure my body's capable of it, but I just don't want to let it be capable of it at this point in time.
So none of that appeals to you?
Nah. Unless, like, the guy astronauts.
Okay. What if they were all pretty banging? Like they were
Can you
all
imagine how hard it would be to have sex in space? Like, zero gravity sex.
It'd be kind of cool, I think, first couple times.
It'd be kind of cool, but, like, sometimes it's difficult to fit everything together at the best of times, never mind when you're floating.
That's true. What if they are all banging, they're all hot dudes, but they were all clowns as well?
See, that's an oxymoron. You can't have attractive clowns. You just can't.
Okay.
Especially axe-wielding clowns. That would... No. Just no. Why would you suggest that?
It would be easier to dodge, I think, if someone was throwing an axe at you if it was in space in zero G.
Why would I want to get on a space flight to Mars for 6 years with clowns? Why would I want to do that to myself?
This is your fantasy, not mine.
No, my fantasy is like the banging astronaut.
Who is your dream fantasy guy? Hottest guy you can imagine?
I don't know. I don't really have like specific
Just name just one guy.
Daniel Gildenlow.
Okay, so Daniel Gildenlow. It's just you and him out in space together, but you find out like halfway. You're like halfway to Mars. You're in between Earth and Mars. Like, oh, I have this hobby, you know? It's like just something I do in my spare time. It's like now that we've gotten to know each other for the first 3 or 4 years, you know, I can like tell you about this. And I have this hobby. I like to wear clown makeup and be a clown.
I'll be like, that is a kink. I'm not a kink shamer, but I cannot get behind that kink, and now I am going to eject myself. I'm going to eject myself through the safety hatch. Goodbye, cruel world.
Poor guy. He would be left alone
In
with
space.
the Mars rover on the red
And
planet.
the aliens.
Him and Matt Damon's potatoes.
What?
Matt Damon, the Martian. He made potatoes. You've never seen that movie? I was just bringing
is that
things
one
full
that
circle.
came... That you're way more, like, filmically educated than I am.
Oh, okay.
So.
Is that even a word?
I study film, so yes.
Okay. I will take your word for it. So no to
Filmically.
Mars. No to
No
Mars.
to Mars, no to Mars. I looked at the budget. The proposed budget. This is the only thing I looked into about it. And, like, I think he was only proposing that it might take, 600 million? Something like that. I say only. But, like, I swear that's less than some film budgets.
Well, I think...
So maybe he's just going to fake the Mars landing?
No, I think he's just trying to do the transportation aspect of it. He's like, someone else is going to make the colony is what he's saying. Like, I think the analogy he used is he was going to build the railroad. You know, like when settlers were coming out west, they needed the transportation to get out west. But, you know, there was two separate companies. One who built the railroads, one who built the, you know, the civilizations, the settlements, right?
Okay.
Elon Musk is saying, like, I'm going to build the transportation.
Now, who wants to do the hard work?
So I think that's what he's talking about. But yeah.
Because, yeah, I think he's just going to fake the Mars landing with that money.
That is a good point. But it'll probably be a dead giveaway when Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon are the ones starring in the movie. I did want to mention, though, that if they do create this clown colony, like if we do put all the clowns on the spaceship, because that would be the ideal candidates that we want to get rid of, right? If we put all the clowns on the spaceship to Mars,
Yeah.
and it succeeds, we could be looking at an entire planet full of clowns and a possible clown invasion in the 22nd century.
What if the clowns just keep on clowning around up
That is awful. I'm cutting that out.
there? Why would you do this to me?
But yeah, so no to Mars.
No to Mars.
Last topic of the day. We decided after our junk podcast that we're going to play some games. Make it a little bit more like our those radio shows that you hear on your morning drives. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are we naming this game? It's time for J-pop or
we
bust.
need music and everything. We're so ghetto. We're making our own music. Like actual radio stations have like bells and whistles and like gag music and stuff like that, but we don't even have this. Okay, so let's try this out. I'm gonna say some J-pop band names, and you're gonna tell me whether you think they are real or fake. Okay, so we're gonna start out with some easy ones. Okay.
Okay.
So the first band name I have is Hard Gay. Is Hard Gay a real J-pop band name?
Yes.
That was a trick question, actually. It's no. Hard Gay is a personality, but he is not a J-pop band.
Why would you start off with a trick question? That's just cruel.
I
You're
just
worse
wanted
than
to
the
say Hard Gay.
clowns. Okay.
But the answer is no. How about this? Kinky Kids. Kinky Kids.
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. Correct.
Oh my god, is it seriously?
Yes. There is a group called Kinky Kids, but it's not actually saying they're kinky. That's the name of a district in Japan.
Okay.
Kinky District.
Okay.
It's
I like
kind of
that.
like
I like
it's
that.
like kind of
That's
like the
fun.
town of Obama. It's not really named after President Obama. It just happens to share the same name.
That's quite cool. I quite like that. I quite enjoyed that. That's a good name.
Okay, next band name. Sexy Zone. Is there a band
No,
called the Sexy Zone?
I think that sexy's too explicit.
So is that your final answer?
That's a no.
Sexy Zone is a band name.
Are you serious?
There is a
How
band
are they
name
ever
called
going to break
Sexy
into
Zone.
the US?
I don't know, but it's terrible. You have just now entered the Sexy Zone is something they could say about themselves.
I would totally have that for my own band name, to be fair. I might just call my bedroom the Sexy Zone.
It pretty much is.
Completely ironically.
Then you could grab them by the pussy and no one will object. How about this one? Pussy Karaoke.
Yes, because they like cats.
You're wrong again. Pussy Karaoke is a fake name.
Oh.
You're very bad at this game.
Yeah.
How
It's
about
okay,
this?
because I'm going to get you back.
Okay. How about this? Seagull screaming, kiss her, kiss her.
Now, that one's so ridiculous that it's got to be.
Ding, 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 ding. Yay, you got one right.
That's a really impractical name. Do they, like, shorten it for the albums and stuff like that? Like, when they
I don't know.
do album art and stuff? Because that's a really, really, really long name.
I'm guessing it's for a hipster band name. It sounds like something hipster.
Is there J hipster? Gypster?
Of course there's Japanese hipsters. Have you never heard of Harajuku?
No.
Okay, how about this one? Next
I'm
one.
just really bad at life.
Kiss My Feet 2.
Yes.
You are correct. Kiss My Feet 2.
Oh my god, that is the worst kind of fetish.
Is a J-pop band name.
Foot fetishes are the worst. Feet are just so gross.
What is that? Is that like 3 out of 6 so far?
Oh no. I'm not keeping count.
Next one. Suck My Grapefruit.
Yes.
No.
Oh, right. Can I use that one then for my unique band project?
You can definitely use it for your unique band.
I am taking that for mine.
Okay,
That is my
2 more.
own.
2 more. These last 2 are for the game. So get them right.
And if I don't,
I don't know. You're going to have to take shots.
I don't have any alcohol, Chris.
I don't know. Improvise, Alice. Okay. So, first one. School Food Punishment. Is that a real J-pop band name or not?
How bad are the school meals?
The school meals are actually really good.
Then I'm saying that it's not real.
And I see, that's why I didn't want to say that, because it actually is a real band name.
Oh!
School Food Punishment, yeah.
But why is food a punishment? Unless
don't
it's
know.
shit food, like American school dinners or English school dinners.
No, they have their own chef and they like prepare meals and stuff. It's actually really good.
So how is that a punishment?
I don't know. People are
Maybe
weird.
they're trying to... I don't know.
And the last one, Chin Strap Elegy.
Just because I want that to be a real band name, I am going to say that it is a real band name.
It is not. I made that one up.
Oh.
But I
So
think...
how do you think they go about it? Do they just like throw words at a wall and hope for the...
I think so. You know, in like Japanese like J-pop songs, they use a lot of English in their music. Like,
Yeah.
it's really, really strange. I don't know. I guess they think it's cool, but
Well, it's like it happens a lot in, like, to be honest, like most international music uses some form of English hook in there. Because English is one of the most dominant languages in the world. Like, you hear it in European music. You hear it in K-pop and J-pop and things like that. Like, it's a very common thing because it helps them break into the big American market.
does it? I don't think they're having much luck with that.
K-pop is. K-pop's doing really well over in...
Oh, that's true.
The
There's that
US.
one guy, Psy, or what's his name?
Yeah. But, like, just in general, like, Korean culture is, like, overtaken because it's pop, so... I don't know, it's so similar to, like, Western pop, with the hooks and things like that, like, and the interspersion of English and things, like, it's all very...
It's very catchy.
Yeah.
But that's what they call soft power, like, cultural influence. You
Yeah.
get people that like you, they're less likely to bomb you, more or less.
Which is always a good thing. Which is where
Yes.
Donald Trump is going wrong.
He should
Because
just
I'm
release
not
a
going
K-pop
to lie,
album.
I would love to bomb anyone who tried to grab my pussy. Funny.
Pretty much. So, did you want to...
I do have a game. I do have a game. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Anglo or Saxon with your host, Alice Bell.
Okay.
So, did you like the little witty name there, Anglo or Saxon?
I like how you actually tried to make it a game show instead of me, who just like I'm just like half asleep.
J-pop.
But in post, I'm gonna totally change it and make me sound
It's
uppity.
just, yeah, and it's gonna be great. And this whole conversation will make no sense.
I'm not actually gonna change anything. I'm too lazy.
Right, so the object of the game is to guess whether this is an Anglo-Saxon translation or a metal lyric, because Anglo-Saxon literature is metal as fuck. That's why I went for the name Anglo or Saxon, because Saxon was a big band in the 80s in the British metal scene. So, for
Thanks
test,
for that piece of history.
I know, right? For a test, so an example of a metal lyric would be, "But many came too much for Cree, we will never be set free," which is Iron Maiden, "Run to the Hills." And an example of an English of an Anglo-Saxon lyric would be, "The wretched loner belongs in the forest," which is in Old English, "Scial umbero anhanga."
See, I think I would be able to tell the difference based on the type of language used. I don't know, but go ahead. We'll see.
So, the first one is, "Cold inside the fog, pouring venom, brew deceiving."
See, that would be Old English, right?
Nope. It is Opeth, Ghost of Perdition. However you say that word. Perdition. Ghost of Perdition.
Perdition?
It's Peridition.
Yeah, perdition. Hell, right? In other words.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a progressive metal band. Last time I checked, they change genres a lot, but that is definitely metal. So, "Evil shadow cross the sun."
That's it? That's all you're giving me?
Yeah, that's all I'm giving you.
Old English?
Nope. It's
Ah.
Saxon.
See, that's not
Attila
even
the
fair.
Hun.
That's like 4 words. The shadow. What's that?
Evil shadow. God.
Evil shadow. Whoa.
And that is Saxon.
Here's your next clue. The. THE. Metal or
I'm tempted to
Saxon?
actually do that now. Right, okay. "This wandering moon shines under the clouds."
Just by pure probability, I'm gonna go with Old English.
Yay! In Old
Cha-ching.
English, that is "Nuskina Thismona Wathol under Voltnum." You can tell that it's that I've just started back at uni again, because I'm trying to make this a bit more educational.
I'm learning something.
You're learning that you're really bad at identifying metal lyrics.
Exactly.
Right, okay. So, number 4 is, "Protect me from this world of sin so that we can rise again."
That sounds like a metal lyric.
Yeah, that's Judas Priest. Bit of Judas Priest in there for some good measure, called "Angel."
See? I know my stuff.
You're getting there.
Yeah.
"They mocked us both together. I was all drenched with blood."
That would be metal.
No! This is Old English religious poetry.
Same
Bis
thing.
meredon hi unk butu et geda, eal iquis mit bloda bestemmed. It's from Dream of the Rood. It's a poem told from the perspective of the cross that Jesus died on.
Yeah,
Metal as fuck.
We're definitely leaving the sexy zone. with these questions.
You don't find being drenched in blood sexy?
No.
We have different kinks.
We've
then.
left the sexy zone and gone into full school food punishment.
And our final question is: the field flowed with the blood of men from sunrise to sunset.
Old English?
Yay! From the
Boom!
Battle of Brunanburh. Fel de neder sit geswata sithan sunna up. Orthsis ethla geskift sa to settler.
When you do that, you sound like the one character from Civ. She like speaks Gaelic or something. She has like the short red hair. Yeah. Boudica.
Boudica.
Yeah. Boudica. Sounds like booty call.
I suppose that. Well, actually, it doesn't make sense because like she wasn't an Anglo or a Saxon; she was a Celt. But yeah.
She's
there is one last one. I just found one last one.
Oh,
See
good.
me, I am the one creation. Hear me, I am all
That's
the
metal.
love that came from anime. Yes, it is. Well done. You're getting good.
Yeah.
But basically, what we have learnt today is that Anglo-Saxon studies is metal as fuck.
Yes, it is. That justifies your reason for studying it, right?
Yeah. I just like reading about people getting nailed to crosses and being bound in sorrows and travelling over stormy seas and getting bound with pain and misery and torture, and it's really cool. It is so gruesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
And you say clowns are scary.
Yeah. I'm scarier than any clown.
So
We've covered everything. We've been going for an hour.
we've been rambling on for an hour. I think the show is going to be like half that long. So
Right.
anything else you want to add?
Oh, Patreons!
Oh,
Quick,
yes.
let me get my Patreons up. I've got to get my list up, yo. So, this podcast was brought to you by David Allen Beatty, Kris
Yay, David.
Takahashi,
Yay, me.
A.G. Bell, aka my dad. I'm really bad with names. I'm Amer Al-Qadi, but thank you. And John! Thanks, guys.
Yay.
Thank you for giving us money, because money is the best. I love you so much. Money is the bomb.
And thank you to all the people who have supported me on Patreon as well. So I guess that's it for this week's episode of
Yes.
Lore Friendly.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.